Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. City Center's famed Encores is presenting a special event of The Band Wagon, which is based on the classic MGM film. It will run from November 6th through the 16th. Under the direction and choreography of Kathleen Marshall, it features a star-studded cast led by Brian Stokes Mitchell, Tracey Ullman, Michael McKean, Tony Sheldon, and Laura Osnes. And we drop by the rehearsal room to meet the company and bring you a sneak peek.
Everything that happens in life can happen in a show. You can make them laugh, you can make them cry. Anything can go. The clown with his hands rolling down, or the dance that's a dream of romance, or the scene where the villain is mean. That's entertainment.
We've been doing a little detective work from the previous production, which was done in California, and trying to mesh that with what we need for this production. So there's a lot of detective work, as well as David Chase created brand new dance arrangements, which are great fun. Kathleen's doing brand new choreography to all these numbers. It is like doing a brand new show in a week and a half.
Up this big Broadway musical in like 6 days.
We've been developing the script all over the course of the summer. We did a sort of living room reading last spring. I mean, literally in a living room. And then we've been developing the script since then. I've been working with David Chase on some new dance arrangements. And then we've done a couple of weeks of prep. But, you know, we're doing our prep as we go. I mean, I'm sort of doing my homework every night and every morning, getting ready for rehearsal every day.
But I would think you've worked with a lot of these people. You admire all these people. They are the best at what they do.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's all organic when you're in the room with them.
Yeah, well, I mean, part of it is also just, you know, this is such an amazing cast, and I feel like, I have to create something that is worthy of them because they're all so amazing.
And why this show is so perfect for Encores and the Encores audience.
Well, what's wonderful is that, you know, we have this incredible Dietz and Schwartz score with a lot of songs that people know, and they're from the film, like By Myself, and I Guess I Have to Change My Plan, and Dancing in the Dark, and that's entertainment. But then we've also expanded it, and there's some Dietz and Schwartz songs that I think people are not going to be as familiar with, like a beautiful ballad called Something You Never Had Before, a adorable little song called A Rainy Day, and I think it feels like a sort of new classic musical in that way, that I think will be familiar, but will also have a lot of new elements for people as well.
I'm by myself alone. I'll go my way by myself. Here's how the comedy ends.
Welcome to the world of MGM. How does it feel?
It feels pretty good, actually. And it feels scary, and it feels delightful, and it's terrifying, and it's wonderful, and it's all of those things.
This is how shows were done, like Kathleen said, back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. We have a script, we have a score, we got a theater, we got a cast, go out of town and put it on.
Yeah, it's Mickey and Judy. It very much is that. And that's what we're doing. It's funny because in our show, in The Band Wagon, they're putting this musical together in 3 weeks, which is an impossible amount of time to put a musical together. And here we're doing it in 2 weeks. And that's because we have Kathleen Marshall doing it, you know, and she's so prepared and so great and so inventive, and she's just doing a spectacular job. We're having so much fun. And I think that'll come across the footlights.
Talk about working with Kathleen again.
Oh, I love her to pieces. She is a big fan and connoisseur of this era of I mean, she could do everything, but particularly this era of movie musicals. And she knows exactly what to do with them, how to send them up, how to honor them, what to use, what to throw out, what we need to be true to. And she does it in the most even, intelligent, a wonderful way. There's no drama, there's no anything, and it feels like this great collaborative process. She's just a brilliant, brilliant director, and I just love working with her again.
I've known Brian Stokes Mitchell for a long time, but we've never actually worked together. We did a reading together years ago, so this is really nice to get to actually spend some time. And then I love Tony Sheldon. We've also never worked together, but I've heard such wonderful things about him, and we're already buddies. Fourth day of rehearsal. Michael McKean, Tracey Ullman, it's absolutely fabulous. And then Michael Berresse plays my choreographer boyfriend, and he's lovely. I met him also several years ago, so it's really fun to be working with people I've heard so much about and have known for a while, but haven't actually gotten to work with.
And being back here at Encores.
Yes, it's so fun. I mean, it's like being shot out of a cannon. Here we go. We have 2 weeks. And with this, we have actually a little bit longer than the other 2 Encores shows I've done. So hopefully, it'll all come together. But it's always crazy fast, and you're just forced to just trust each other immediately and go for it.
Most everything, but I know I bring to you something you never had before. A kind of love that's deep and will keep forever new. Something you've never had before. You've had enough before. Come on, take off before.
This is my 5th, count 'em 5. I am so happy to be back. I love it here. I just said there's something about what happens at an encore show. If you have too much time, then everyone starts thinking too hard and you get very rigid in choices. And right now, we're all just like, well, it's happening. And there's a vitality and a spontaneity that comes with that I think actually you lose when you go farther into a run. So that's one of the things I love about being back in the room here. It's so exciting. And with this group of people that are amazing.
Kathleen was saying the same thing. This is like how shows used to be done years ago. They were in 14 workshops and readings. It was like, here's a script, here's a score, we've got a theater, we're going out of town, let's put the show together.
Yes, that's true. And as I said, there's something about if you think too hard and too long, you lose the spark of something. I mean, we'll see. We haven't done it yet, but I feel like it's such a good energy in the room, and she's so organized and so structured, which is perfect for this situation. My very first encore show was Call Me Madam, and I was one of Kathleen's 6 dancers, and that was the 2nd season, I think, of Encores. So years ago.
It looks like only yesterday.
Oh, well, it's because I still have, my hair is still dark.
We've only got the first, maybe half of the first act staged, and what I've seen just blows me away. It's full of little detail and smart choices, and it's a beautiful show. At the end of the day, you get a sense of the love of theater that we have and that the audience has, and you'll understand that.
And why this is so perfect for Encores.
Well, it's perfect for Encores in that it is a celebration of theater. It is a celebration of Comden and Green. It's a contemporary writer showing his love for, as we say, the shoulders I stand upon. And it's wonderful because it's Dietz and Schwartz, who are, in my opinion, as fascinating as Gershwin and Cole Porter, and don't get the recognition. They don't get the play because their shows were reviews and not book shows. So this is an opportunity to put their work in a book setting and us to just be completely blown away by their musical gifts.
The Band Wagon, it's all about a cattle drive from 1843 where they take all of these showgirls and move them across the country, and it's a Western.
Tell me how excited you are to be working on this.
Oh, it's great fun. I mean, it's one of the great movie musicals, and you get to see it on stage with all of these great people, and Kathleen telling us what to do and how high to jump, and it'll be fantastic.
What's it been like working with Kathleen?
Well, we're old friends. We've done lots of shows together, so she's always great and always fun, and we laugh a lot and try to work as little as possible.
You live in this MGM world. Talk about who you play.
Well, I play Hal Meadows, who is the stage manager of the show within a show. So I was a stage manager once in college for a friend's show, and I was the worst because I couldn't pay attention, and people would call for a line, and I'd be like reading a magazine and stuff. What? I don't know where we are. So I'm the worst stage manager ever. But in the show, in Bandwagon, I'm really a good one. I'm supposed to be, I think.
And talk about this beautiful score.
Well, there's several songs that weren't in the film. They've taken Schwartz and Dietz songs from other reviews inside USA and at home abroad. So there'll be a few surprises. And Laura has a song, the title of which totally escapes me, which is, I think, the most beautiful song in the show.
And just talk about being here at Encores.
Well, I've come to see almost all the Encore shows since I've been living here, so this is a great thrill. We have an equivalent version in Australia called The Production Company, for which I directed a production, and so I was prepared for the speed at which it works here. But I've often stood outside City Centre going, oh, I wish I was in that production, and now my dream has come true. I'm in one.
Where a chap kills his father and causes a lot of bother. The dad may be waving a flag that began with a Mr. Cohen hit hooray. The American way, the world is a stage. The stage is a world. The world is a stage. The stage is a world of entertainment.
Just being back in the rehearsal room for like a quote Broadway musical, what it means to you.
It's smashing. It really is. I mean, I started in the theatre, and as a dancer, darling, I was in a production of Gigi in Berlin. I only know Gigi in German. Dank heben für kleine Vieh. So it's just lovely. It's all, all happy and nice today. But I mean, tears on everything. No, it's terrific. It's smashing, especially on Broadway.
My sidekick is Tracey Ullman, who is awesome. Tracey and I we were a married couple in Jumpin' Jack Flash, Penny Marshall's first movie. We were a couple again in Tracey's series, Trevor and Barry. That was our characters. And this is our third time. And she's just kind of awesome, It's always good to have a Brit in the room anyway to correct our grammar, but she's kind of working class. That's why we love her.
It must be great to work with a friend when you're putting something together really fast.
Yeah, because then you can look at each other and go, not too much of that, though. Yeah, because we got Kathleen in charge, and there is no more benign dictator than Kathleen Marshall. You can quote me on that.
And tell me what this whole Encore experience has been like for you so far.
Well, it's just, we're 5 days in, and we're starting to look at the schedule on the wall and going, oh no, we can't do that. But it's a ton of work, and it's just, there's something really exhilarating about it, Real kind of a downhill run, we keep gathering momentum, and, we'll be heading into that jump just as the audience shows up, and it's going to be really fun.
I love how you jump back and forth between plays, comedies, and musicals. What do you love the most about doing a musical?
Well, I'll be honest with you. The thing I love most about doing a musical is that there are all these other people doing their job. So if I have the moment of doubt, it's like, oh, well, they got it. It's true. There's the level of professionalism in New York is so high. It buoys everybody, but I always feel like, yeah, I screwed up just now, but thank God everybody made it impossible for the audience to see that,
How did this all happen for you, Tracey?
Well, I'm thrilled to be working with Kathleen Marshall again. I just got the call, and I think I'd come out of a Soul Cycle in New York, and I'm sweating, and looking dreadful, trying to find an organic green juice on the street. And, you get calls and nothing happens. And then, do I want to do the bandwagon with Kathleen Marshall at City Centre with Brian Stokes Mitchell? I'm like, a Broadway show in a month. So I don't do 8 shows a week, and I don't have to sign for 15 months. No, and so it was, wow, what a great opportunity. So I'm on.
What have they told you about Encores? I mean, it's such a great series, but it happens they shoot you out of a cannon.
Yes. I know, I'm part of this well-oiled machine. I love it. You come into this building and then it's like, you're this floor, this floor, this floor. This is where Balanchine screamed at the dancers. This is the history. It used to be the Shriners. It's an amazing organisation when you come in, and we're with just everyone's top-notch and wanted to do this for a month too. And you got Todd Ellison and Kathleen, and you know, everyone's just. William Ivy Long is doing my costume, and I've always wanted to meet him. I mean, you know, so it's just thrilling. Every day I'm meeting a new legend.
The dreams I dreamed when I'm in smoke, they didn't pan out as I intended. I should know how to take a joke.
Something you never had before. Something you never
had.